Oh, man. Now, I try to tell you dudes. I try to tell you dudes out here, anti-SYSBM men. And for some reason, nobody listens to me. So it seemed like Ramil Lemire is on a campaign because the chicks that he talked to, they're trying to make him do extra stuff. And he has to do extra stuff. See, he has to depend on inexperienced men getting with used up women and working 10 times harder so the women can fall in his lap because he gives them something that they don't have. This is a guy with a pass. So he goes and make a video 6 hours ago. I was asleep. And says traveling brother arrested for rape in Colombia. He got his facts wrong. And for some reason, I told y'all about this dude. I gave him props on his going against Preem because, you know, Preem be saying a lot of bullshit. But after that, I kind of stayed away from this dude because the fact is, he wants to be the ambassador because he thinks he knows it all. He thinks he knows it all, and he thinks he could tell other men what to do, just like him and AMS. They're on the same page. He and AMS, they flourish in a dysfunctional environment. This is why he says pump and dump, because if this was another environment, I say this right now. These dudes on this list, if today or tomorrow, women lose their power, and women can't be doing all this crazy stuff, and we had stricter laws, these dudes in this environment will lose with women. But they flourish in this environment because the fact is it's the way it is. In this environment, most guys don't want to be in this environment, but these guys, they flourish in it. And Ramil Lemire is one of them. I mean, I could tell you, I remember his video he made. That's he made him sound so damn silly when he said, let me find it, man. Let me find it. Let me find this shit, man. Cause I'm amazed that y'all let this dude get so far the way he talked. But look, man, y'all gotta be more cautious with vetting certain people, man. And this dude said ADOS needs Sharia law for things to change. He don't even know what the fuck he's talking about because a dude like him would get killed for the stuff that he do. I mean, this dude just randomly says shit out of nowhere. And I hope y'all back away from this dude, man. Light-skinned females are overrated. You got to put in the work. And he put O'Shea Du Jackson. And if you was around before the Manosphere, you'll know that O'Shea did a lot of dirt to people. But hey, he wants to promote O'Shea because O'Shea put him on. Why is buying, drink, simping, and tricking and dating coaches have done more harm than good? And then he tried to hype himself up to be talking about he's a little guy and he can knock people out. Black men define themselves by women they sleep with. But that's the kind of shit that you're doing to yourself because you think you just he made a comment in the beginning of the video. I don't know why men travel just to go get some pussy. So basically you're defining them, you finding the women that you sleep with based off the fact that you can sleep with them here, but other people can't or other people won't. Ah, man. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. But I told y'all about this, man. And all of my videos leading up to this, I never try to steer anybody wrong with kind of the predictions I make. But I'm telling you, man. And reason why I'm not having kids. Here we go. 2 weeks ago, wearing headphones in public. So he tries to blanket statement all the people who wear headphones who don't got enemies to him who did dirt to people who have enemies. So he says, oh, it's stupid to walk around with headphones in the gym. Who says this kind of shit? I mean, look, man. Okay. let's play by the rules of these people who are against anti passport people and anti Sysbm, right? So he says, get with a female who get on your program. All these guys say, get with a female who get on your program. But then they go around using the guilt by association tactic. So if somebody is associated in the same kind of category, in the same kind of group, or in the same type of field, or they do the same thing, that means that all of the people in that group are demonized. So let's talk about guys like him. So if we talk about ex-felons, we shouldn't trust them then. Just like the job market don't trust them and hire them, right? Right? So the funny thing is about if we go by guilty by association, it means that most black men should cut off 90% of black people, because most of the people, friends and family, did something fucked up and sick. So most of the people who associated with certain people did some fucked up foul shit. They robbed people, they killed somebody, they sold drugs. So if we go by the guilty by association, it means none of us should be talking to any of these dudes out here. We should just cut off everybody. Because if one person does it, then you're a part of it, because y'all part of the same team. So if AMS get caught doing something crazy, we should automatically say Ramil Amir is the same thing, right? So if O'Shea deals with the pro-black sector, he's just like those fools, and we should disassociate with him, right? If Taz deals with criminals and scammers, then guess what? If these women like these type of dudes, it means that these women are not salvageable mentally, overall physically. So it's no reason to deal with them, because one of the females in here that I had a war with she associated herself with a guy who pissed on somebody's dead person's grave, and also have 2 rape charges against him. But everybody still condoned this old broad who I had beef with, as she's a nice person. So I disassociate with all of them too. See, this is the blanket statement that they don't know. They're messing themselves up when they do shit like this. When they say, "Oh, you Sysbm, y'all give him props and stuff." Okay, then you get props. If you give props to an athlete and they end up doing some crazy shit, that means that I'm gonna disassociate with you, right? Or somebody in your crew, in your family does some crazy stuff, I should disassociate with you, right? So if we go by this guilty by association tactic, then we shouldn't be dealing with none of you dudes. We should be only dealing with guys who don't go to jail, who don't deal with ratchet women, and who don't have people around them who deal with ratchet women. We should just deal with people who actually deal with cooperative women. And if people do go out here and do that, deal with women who basically know what it is and don't want to do anything further than this. But here he goes with this blanket statement. I ain't had to finish the video because people was already coming at him. But I'm trying to tell you dudes, y'all have to stop frequenting certain channels and giving y'all support to certain people. Y'all gotta vet these people, man. I vetted MOT a whole year before I subscribed to him. A whole damn year. I waited a whole year before I subscribed to him. It was about the principle and the code, and I said in February I was going to subscribe to him because I knew about him almost a year. And I said, okay, I'm gonna subscribe to him after a year. So it seemed to me that y'all giving support to guys who gonna flip on y'all in a second, because remember, he's about to pump and dump. But he doesn't understand when a pump and dump happen, it makes it harder for the other men, because then the women try to put their price, their higher sexual price, based off sleeping with him or sleeping with a C Boogie or sleeping with Rosanna Curry, and then try to say I'm a high value woman. This is why C Boogie says stuff like quality women. The reason why, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, this is what they say. When they say quality women are left in America, It means that these are the women that they had sex with because they think they high quality men. That means that each time they had sex with a dude who think they're better than you, it means the woman is high quality, even though she's not. Because any woman that deals with these dudes and get ran through by these dudes are so-called high quality women. And you supposed to go have sex with a woman after Vermil Lemire, or after AM1, after C Boogie, after Roger Leonard Curry, and be happy with it. Or waste 3-4 years just to find the one, and then find out she ain't the one, but you just wasted a whole bunch of years, or even a year with her. Oh, look, man. I'm gonna give you a certain statistic number that y'all gotta pay attention to and take into account. That there's probably like 500,000 smart black men who not a part of the bullshit, who not a part of the in crowd, who basically lone wolf and stay to themselves. 500,000 out of 42 million black people in America. So then you might have 3 people who might change in a few generations or will join the better black men. 3 million. So, and that's give or take 3 million. Now what you have left is 30 million people who all do the same shit. So Sysbm, any traveling men, any guy who go against the grain, they're already a better man and they're already a better person than everybody else, because not only are they going against 30 million people, 30 million plus probably 37 million. No, they're probably going against well, the math is wrong. My bad. I rushed this video out. But how many people that's left? 500,000 can't beat 30 million people. The best for you could do is maneuver around them and stay on your own and stay to yourself. You can't out counter maneuver, and that's why I hate people say, well, that's why Sysbm guys gotta go in the front, and it's more of them than it is of us. The only way we can actually convert this kind of stuff like a Vermil Lemire or any of these dudes is sticking together and ignoring these dudes. Let them have their opinion, let them have their mindset, and let them do what they do, because they're already disintegrating already. Let their world collapse, because this coronavirus, they're trying to downplay this shit, but if it start getting worse and worse, don't matter how fake people think it is, it's going to shut a lot of shit down. And then these dudes are going to flourish, because now men can't go nowhere and we got to deal with the women they got to deal with. But guess what? No. That's not true, because a lot of guys in the Sysbm and a lot of dudes, they did years without having intercourse with no women here because they didn't like the women here. So they're how long it lasts, they'll stay single and they'll stay celibate and stuff in monk mode. A lot of guys, to my attention, say they don't like MGTOW because of me monk mode, and it shows me just how pussy whipped, pussy controlled, pussy slave these dudes really are. I knew this was gonna come sooner or later. That's why I made the video. That's why I made the joint the anti-Sysbm guys. That's why I made the video. That's why I just try to tell guys, and it was like, what? Anti-Sysbm, let me ask you real questions. So pretty much I asked the questions about certain, I asked these dudes questions, real legitimate questions about their positions in against Sysbm. This was a week ago. And then he makes this video, what, 2 weeks later? Oh man, I hate being right, but it don't feel good to be right all the time, but it also feels good to actually bust the bubble of guys who just be like thinking that some of these dudes are on your side, because they don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to be on your own. They don't want you to do what you want to do. They want you to take the women off their hands when they're done with them. And I hope y'all know that Solo TV 84 and Roger Ellen Curry blow up was kind of fake. It was kind of scripted in WWE, because these dudes got back together and started talking to each other and cool with each other now after that blow up. Because Solo TV 84 is like Roger Allen Curry and like dating coaches, but he differs for them because he talks about them. This is the game that these dudes play. Ramil Lemire, Super Slidey 4, all these other dudes, they like to talk about black issues because it's them. And they think they're the ones who should be talking about black issues and should be give you the cue. This is why when Ramil Lemire talks to you guys, it's in a disrespectful manner. Same thing with O'Shea Du Jackson. Same thing with all these other people. They talk down to you because they'll never do that shit in the white sector. They'll never do that in the Asian sector. They never do that in the Latino sector. They think they're better than you because women gave them power, or they think they're in a certain position. I never saw MOT speak in that manner where he's talking down to you and saying this kind of dumb shit that this guy says. MOT has a better message than O'Shea, Ramil Lemire, all these people on this list right here. He has a better message than any of these dudes, because he makes it a point of saying that you can't give sexually inexperienced men to compromise women, and you can't be around compromised men because they'll sell you out. He always said it, and a lot of these dudes don't have nothing to say about it because a lot of guys don't want to go up to MOC because he's already proven. This is why Ramil Lemire is not going to go against MOT. And if MOT comes out and talk about the situation, then everybody going to back down. Because MOT been a heavy hitter in this situation with Sysbm and everything else. Without him, these dating coaches will be running rampant on here. Solo TV 84 didn't do that. He do the same shit that they do. See, these dudes' game is to sell you the alternative, even though it's the same thing, but they paint it in a different color and say, no, this is green. This green right here. Even though you see that the car used to be blue, but they try to sell it to you as a green car, and it's a different model car, but it's the same model car, it's just in a different color. And they'll tell you that they're not dating coaches, they'll go against dating coaches, but then they have dating coaches talking points. So this dude was accused of some foul shit with 2 kids. And it happened in Atlanta. Now they're trying to drag this guy into the light and say, since people was saying stuff about him, we condone what he did. Like I said, if we go about guilty by association, that means all the people that did dirt, people who you said free this, free my homie, that means you condone what he did. You condone all this other stuff that these dudes do in the street because you friends with these guys. But this dude right here did some foul stuff. Now they're trying to use him as a poster boy on this is what we all do. BMT sent behind, came out of nowhere and said all this different stuff. I mean, he mounts up and lies a lot, man. And BMT got into it with Game Changer. I kept his name out of it when I first made the video about him, but now I'm not gonna do it BMC had a chick on his panel before that had a gripe with Game Changer. And Game Changer and this girl was going back and forth. So BMT told Game Changer to apologize, and Game Changer didn't. So Game Changer made a live about it and made a recording about it, and BMT flagged his video down. Mind you, the same woman, she was on drugs the whole time, and he was trying to get some kind of sexual attention from her. And then everything came out that BMT behind the scenes was trying to get with this woman. And guess what this woman did? She said everything about him, and then she jumped to Suge and slept with Suge. And then BMT made a video about it, talking about laughing about the whole breakup between the girl that he tried to simp for going with Suge. Something that he didn't get or didn't get close to, but Suge got it easily. This is why I don't like BMT in this sector. After that Game Changer stuff, I looked at him differently. He was in on it. He's talked about it. Ramil Amir came out of it. It's like they keep popping up. It's like the zombie apocalypse. It's like the Walking Dead. Like they just keep popping up. You keep running into these zombies, man. And it's just they keep popping up. But I want people to understand that if you take extra precautions on these people, like you gotta treat these dudes like they got the plague or they got the coronavirus. You gotta treat these dudes like that, man. You gotta treat these dudes like they got the zombie virus and they can infect you even if they touch you or something, man. Because some of these dudes, they gonna continue to try to go against men and men's choice and men's options. I mean, what does a dude like Ramil Amir care about men traveling? And it seems like he mad because they're not participating in the same kind of order he is. And he's on this whole, we got to work together. So I said before in one of my other videos that guys like him want to use the guys who don't have any record. He want to use them. And like I said in my video, about anti-Sysbm need to understand why black men can't work together. That whole video, I've talked about that whole situation where certain guys got criminal records or they deal with, unsavory females, and then they try to get around guys who vet their females, even if it is to have casual sex or have something like that. They vet their females. And these dudes just wandering around here just doing anything they want. Nobody want to get caught up in the shit that they get caught up in. Or walk around talking like they talk. No, and these guys don't understand. They want everybody to be just like them. So I'm gonna make this video short, man. It seemed to me that this dude just picked up the story. It seemed like he was just like griping for it, looking for it. And this just shows you, y'all need to pull y'all support from this dude. Y'all need to pull your support from this guy. Because he was pretty much looking for it. Kind of like Super Sly was looking for it when he was making videos about the dude getting locked up and the dude in Japan leaving because he don't want to be dealing with the people here. But then turn around later and talk about black women and how they like bisexual men and all that other stuff. These guys just want you to go to them as an alternative even though they're telling you the same thing. And don't believe the hype.